Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to give you one tip which is going to skyrocket your confidence, make you appear more sure, more certain of yourself. And as a consequence of this, it's going to have this knock-on effect, which is going to help you build friendships, help you deepen relationships, make you appear more attractive as well, make people actually listen to you. Now, what I'm going to talk about today is a huge issue for young men. It's a huge issue because when we start speaking either in one-to-one settings or group settings, we end up not sounding confident at all in ourselves. We end up saying things like, I was just thinking the other day. And when this sentence comes out, it's got loads of ums in it. It's got loads of likes in it. It's got loads of like brain farts in it. You sound super hesitant. And as a consequence, people view you as hesitant and underconfident. And before this issue, there's actually a different issue, which is speaking up at all, knowing when to jump into conversation. So how this works is your brain operates on a very, very fast speed. If you just sit quietly in a corner for a second, you will notice that you have 10,000 thoughts racing through your head. You probably are watching this video right now and you struggle often to sleep at night because your brain is just so loud. It's talking about what happened earlier in the day. It's talking about things you should have done, things you should have said. It's thinking about what's going on tomorrow. And it's just speaking all the time here. Now, there's different methods for dealing with that. But when it comes to actually speaking and using your voice externally, it comes out jumbled up because the thoughts in your head are way too fast for you to actually comprehend, and you can't catch them to speak properly. So people think that you're hesitant, think that you're underconfident. The cycle continues like this. And then it becomes harder to get into other conversations and to meet new people because you end up beating yourself up because of what you should have, would have, could have said before. And as a consequence, the cycle just gets worse and worse and worse. So this simple technique has helped me drastically. If you go and watch any of my videos while I'm not trying to speak confidently, while I'm not trying to speak with certainty, or maybe I'm tired in them, you're going to see that I say and like a lot as well. And it's not good. It's a bad habit that all of us must work against. And here is how you deal with it. Next time you're speaking to someone, slow down the words you're actually saying. When you slow down the words you're actually saying, like I'm doing right now, it makes people listen to you because you're speaking at your own pace. You're in your own frame. You're not in anybody else's frame. And a person who is in their own frame is higher value. They have higher status because they have this inner confidence in themselves that whatever they're saying is important. And it's so important that they know they can slow down their speech and people will still listen. We as humans communicate a lot in subtle language, in subconscious things, right? And when you act and change your tone to be that of a higher value person, you will actually be perceived as a higher value person. And slowing down gives you the ability to think, gives you the ability to comprehend a proper answer. Nothing is rushed in life in communication. You can communicate something very, very well by just stopping for 1 to 2 seconds when the other person finishes speaking and thinking about what you're actually going to say next. It allows you to catch that thought. You sound way more confident, way more assertive, way more in charge of what's going on in your own head, and people love it as well. You'll notice when I'm speaking, not only have I slowed down my language, but I've also put pauses in between sentences because I know what I'm saying is important enough for you to listen. Not only this, but you'll also notice because I've slowed down my language, I don't have to say, I don't have to say, you know, I don't have to say like, because the sentence is already processed before it actually leaves my mouth. Because I've got a better mind to mouth association now, they can communicate a lot better just because I've slowed down my speech. So how you actually practice this is you get yourself in front of a camera, like I'm doing right now. Everyone's got a camera phone. If you haven't, you've just got to practice without a camera phone. And you've got to say things out loud from memory to the camera and watch yourself back. Once you watch yourself back, you'll start to realize that what you think is happening is actually very, very different from what's actually happening. So your ability to communicate might not be anywhere near as good as you think it is when you actually view yourself back. So this is a good way to make an objective judgment about how you actually are, how you're actually being perceived. And let me tell you, it's a very, very painful process. When I did this, I was thinking to myself, wow, why is anyone listening to this guy? And the way to solve it, like I say, is slow down everything you're saying. Just take your time saying the sentence. This video I'm recording right now, I'm recording it without a script. I have a basic idea of what I'm going to say in it and a basic idea of the tip I'm going to give you. However, I don't really know the full script. I'm talking just by having this connection between my brain to my mouth, and that connection is formed by slowing down what I'm saying, which allows me to formulate the thought and then formulate the speech afterwards. Try it right now after this video. Get your camera phone out and say whatever comes to your head. You could talk about what happened yesterday. Try and say it in the most normal way as you usually communicate as possible. Okay? And what you'll see is that it's filled with ums, likes, your eyes will be everywhere as you're trying to remember what's going on. And then what I want you to do is I want you to watch it back, know that it's going to be painful, but then also try and implement the slowing down, which I've talked about in this video. Okay, let me know what happens below in the comment section. Let me know the before, let me know the after. Have a great one. Take care.